finally the NFL draft taking place in Detroit tonight. So I'm going to be going through all 32 picks you're going to see tonight. Let's just jump right into it. First overall pick for the Chicago Bears. I don't think it's a surprise to anyone. It's going to be Caleb Williams. I was at the Cubs game last night. They were chanting Caleb Williams' name. Every Chicago fan seemed excited for him. It's been known since they traded Justin Fields that he was going to be their pick. Easy enough. Second overall, it was a little hard to choose with the smoke screens coming from Jaden Daniels' agent recently, but I still believe the Washington Commanders are going to take Jaden Daniels second overall. I mean, he had a fantastic senior year at LSU. He's a very dynamic runner and passer. I think Washington's offense has really missed that, and I don't think they want to draft another North Carolina QB when they just had Sam Howell. Then third overall, I have the New England Patriots trading down with the Minnesota Vikings. They get their franchise guy for Justin Jefferson in Drake May. I think he's the second best quarterback on the board as much as I love Jaden Daniels. But the Commanders really were in love with Daniels, but I think May really fits the Vikings well. Fourth overall, easy selection as well. Cardinals, Marvin Harrison Jr. They need weapons for Kyler Murray. Harrison's the best wide receiver we've seen in years. It's too easy. Then fifth overall, I have the Los Angeles Chargers trading down for the Broncos, and the Broncos are trading up to get J.J. McCarthy. It's been known Sean Payton really wants a quarterback. He said he's willing to move heaven and earth to get it. J.J. McCarthy's been a guy that we've known that the team really likes for a while. I think he really fits in well there. As much as I don't like McCarthy as a prospect, a lot of teams do, and I think he gets taken this early. Then sixth overall, my New York Giants. I went with Malik Neighbors. There's been a lot of people drawing Neighbors to the Giants. He's talked about how he's loved the team. The team's kind of hinted at him a little bit, but I think Malik Neighbors at the end of the day becomes a Giant, and I'm very happy with that. Then seventh overall, I have the Tennessee Titans taking the first O-lineman off the board, and Joe All. I think Joe All has amazing potential. As a Notre Dame fan, I got to watch him all his years at Notre Dame, and he's been spectacular as a tackle. The Titans need a tackle to protect Will Levis, and he's perfect. Eighth overall, I have the Atlanta Falcons selecting Dallas Turner, the edge from Alabama. Now, this pick, not super exciting, but they have weapons. They just signed a quarterback. I don't think they're going to take a quarterback now. It's too early. But they need defensive help. They can't generate a lot of pressure and a lot of sacks. Dallas Turner can hopefully help turn that around. We'll see, though. Ninth overall, I have the Bears, Rome Odunze, falling right into their lap perfectly. It's known they want another receiver. They already have DJ Moore and Keenan Allen, but with this, they'll build maybe the most lethal receiving core in the NFL right off the rip for Caleb Williams, which is unheard of for a first overall pick. Then 10th overall, I have the Jets taking Olumuyiwa Fashanu. I probably butchered that name. Apologies for that. But the Jets need an offensive tackle. They need to protect Rodgers, keep him on his feet this year. The O-line was awful last year. Fashanu's arguably the best pass blocker on the board. He's perfect for their system. He's perfect for their offense, and it's too good of a pick for them to pass up. Then 11th overall, I got another offensive tackle. The New England Patriots, who traded down to this spot with the Vikings, take J.C. Latham, an offensive tackle from Alabama. They need O-line help. I don't think they're in love with any of the quarterbacks in this draft. I think they're fine taking May at third, but I don't think they love it overly, especially with the amount of calls they're taking from the Giants and Vikings. So I think they go O-tackle here. 12th overall, third straight O-tackle. I have the Chargers taking Talisi Fuaga from Oregon State. They need O-line help. Herbert's been injured the last couple years because he keeps getting beat up back there in the pocket. I know they don't have a lot of weapons for him now, but they have to keep him upright first overall. Then, 13th overall, a little bit of surprise here, but I have Michael Penix Jr. from Washington going to the Vegas Raiders. I love Penix. He's my number 4 quarterback on the board. I love his potential. I love his arm. And I love his fit in this Raiders system if they can truly become a run-and-gun team. He has the biggest arm in the draft, in my opinion. 14th overall, New Orleans Saints. I have them taking Laiatu Latu from UCLA, the edge rusher. They need a pass rush. There's a lot of decent players on this team, but not really stars. I think Latu has that potential, and I think he can really generate some good sacks for them this season. Then 15th overall, sliding all the way down, I have the Indianapolis Colts getting Anthony Richardson, a weapon, in the number 1 tight end on the board, Brock Bowers. Bowers is a great receiver. He's a great blocker. He's going to really help generate push in that run game, but he's also going to help Richardson be that dump off in the passing game. I can see him being a Gronk or Kelsey type of tight end, maybe not first year, but next year or two. I think it really works well for them. Then 16th overall, I have the Seattle Seahawks taking Terrion Arnold. They needed a cornerback a little bit. Devon Witherspoon and Terrion Arnold would be a lethal duo on that defense, and I think it would be fantastic for their team. Then 17th overall, another cornerback off the board. Kenyon Mitchell from Toledo to the Jacksonville Jaguars. They need help defensively, a lot of it. I mean, they just re-signed Josh Allen to a massive deal, so they're willing to invest in defense, and defense wins championships. 18th overall, I have the Bengals taking Troy Fautanu, offensive tackle from Washington. Burrow's been hurt a lot. They have to keep him upright. They have to keep him healthy, and drafting O-linemen's how you do that. Moving on, though, 19th overall, Los Angeles Rams, Jared Verse, edge, Florida State. With the loss of Aaron Donald, they're going to need to generate pass rush. They have not generated great outside of Aaron Donald in the last 5 years. Verse has a lot of potential. He's a very high ceiling, but also a pretty low floor. I think he could be a great prospect, though, and I think he's the perfect pick for them here. 20th overall, Pittsburgh Steelers, Amarius Mims, offensive tackle, Georgia. They just signed Russ. They just traded for Justin Fields. Their O-line has been a big issue for them. They need to work on it and get it back to the standard it was in those early to mid Big Ben days, and I think that Mims can really help them there. Then, 21st overall, I have the Miami Dolphins selecting Xavier Worthy, wide receiver out of Texas. I know they already have a stacked receiver room with Waddle and Hill, but a lot of experts have been drawing that they really are into Worthy. His speed will just completely even open that offense up even more. I mean, you'll have Mostert, A-Chain, Hill, and Waddle, and then you had Worthy, you just set the combine record. It's unreal speed that you can't match. 22nd overall, I have the Philadelphia Eagles selecting Chop Robinson, an edge from Penn State. They just traded Hassan Reddick. I think they'll be looking to replace him with a cheaper, younger pass rusher. Chop Robinson has great speed off the edge. He really bends well around the corner, and I think he's perfect for this Eagles team. 23rd overall, the Patriots also earned this pick from the Minnesota Vikings trade, and I have them taking a receiver, Brian Thomas Jr. out of LSU. Great receiving prospect, helped James Daniels a lot in his Heisman year, and I think this Patriots team is just looking to build weapons around their team before they find their quarterback of the future. And I think that's smart of them because they're a really weak roster overall. Then, 24th overall, I have the Dallas Cowboys selecting Byron Murphy II. A lot of people have him taking Jackson Powers Johnson here. I don't, because it's Jerry Jones to control the team. He's not going to draft an lineman in the first round. That's too boring for him. I think he's going to go with a hometown guy, though, in Byron Murphy from Texas. Get a defensive tackle, help the defensive line a little bit, and I think that's a good move. 25th overall, Green Bay Packers, I'm taking Nate Wiggins, a cornerback from Clemson. Get a good guy to pair with Jair Alexander, really bolster that defense. If that defense can hold together and Love keeps improving, they could be even higher next year. 26th overall, I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking Jackson Powers Johnson, a center out of Oregon. Ryan Jensen retired last year, a little right before training camp. They need to replace him. They need a better center. Powers Johnson's one of the best center prospects we've seen in a few years. I think he's perfect from the take right here. 27th overall, Arizona Cardinals are up again, and I'm thinking Johnny Newton, a defensive tackle from Illinois. Newton's a great run stuffer. He's a great defensive tackle prospect. They need guys on defense. They're very limited talent-wise there, and I think he's a good pick to help jam up that D-line. 28th overall, I have the Buffalo Bills taking Adonai Mitchell, a wide receiver from Texas as well. They got rid of Diggs. Gabe Davis left in free agency. They do not have a lot of weapons from Josh Allen. If we saw anything from Mahomes' struggles this year, it's you need good receivers to complement great quarterback play, and Mitchell can really open up that offense. Moving on, 29th overall, Detroit Lions, Kool-Aid McKinstry. They need cornerback help. McKinstry's there. It's a match made in heaven. 30th overall, Baltimore Ravens, Tyler Guyton, offensive tackle, Oklahoma. Ronnie Stanley's been hurt the last few years. The offensive line play was a little iffy in the playoffs. They need an offensive tackle. He fits that. 31st overall, I have the San Francisco 49ers taking Cooper DeJean. They don't really have a big-name cornerback in that team room. And I think DeJean can fit that. He can play corner. He can play safety. He's very versatile, and I think he fits the mold of that team. And then lastly, 32nd overall, I have the Kansas City Chiefs taking Ladd McConkey, a wide receiver out of Georgia. The Chiefs need wide receivers. They barely won the Super Bowl last year with awful receiving. Imagine if McConkey turns out to be a fantastic receiver, which I think he will. All right, that's my draft. Be ready. It happens tonight. Let me know your Bulls prediction for tonight down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.